Welcome back. Something we haven't been to in a few videos. That's right, we're at a cemetery. This is called Dem Bones Shrunken Heads. I really got to figure out a better intro than welcome back. If you guys have an idea, drop it in the comments. I need a comment on a video. No one ever does. Smiley face, like, subscribe. Anyway, this is called, Dem Bones Shrunken Head. 1.5 difficulty, I believe, 1.5 terrain. Has 10 favorite points and only 30 finds. So 1 out of 3 people will really like this enough to give it a favorite point. It's over this way. I didn't look at the hints. I didn't look at the size. I didn't look at the log, so who knows if it's even here anymore. So the hint is Scott's side of the bush. And it's putting it over here. I'm assuming Scott is going to be a headstone. These little headstones don't even have names on them unless they're on the other side. But the GPS is putting it somewhere over here. And it's apparently a unique container. There's not really any bushes. Just these trees, unless my GPS is off and it's over there. Let's wander over there and see if there's a headstone with the name Scott on it. Because the GPS isn't that accurate. I'm in the middle of nowhere. Would you look at that? The Scotts. Annie and Clarence. Died over 100 years ago. And still died a long time ago. Probably going to be in this bush then. And I found it now. I know why it has the word skull in the name, and I'll show you. It's right here. It's a bison tube glued into a skull. All right, got the log sign. What should we name him? I name everything Frank. Like I said, I need more comments. What would you name this guy? Drop it in the comment. I don't care what it is. You could also hype the video, I guess. I don't know if you need to be monetized for that, but I hear everybody talking about it, but I'm an old fart. By old, I mean 40, but let's put her back. Bye-bye, Frankie. There's another cache here in McBain at the city park. I'm going to go see how busy that is. If it's not busy, I'm going to go check it out. If it is busy, I'm not going to geocache with a million kids running around, so let's see. All right, right behind me on the other side of the road is a cemetery that we just went to. Turns out there's another side of the cemetery and another geocache. I saw this on the map initially and thought it was on a walking trail because there is a trail over there. But now it looks like it's in an unused part of the cemetery because this side is completely empty. That side is all fresh. I mean, I saw people that passed away as recently as 2019, 2020, just driving through, glancing. This is back to work I go, dirt bike granny cache. It's a small size container and the hint is base of a tree. So let's grab this. The most recent log was could not get this cache because there's a funeral, so it hasn't been found in 2 months. But McBain is a small town in the middle of nowhere, so a lot of cachers probably don't come through here. Coming up on the tree line should be right back here. All right, regular size container. I'm immediately drawn to this trash can over here because that is really weird to just have it in there. It's not a trash can, it's a Tupperware container. And there's a lot of stuff in here. This is probably the cache. If I can get this open. Yep, there she is. That's a lot of My Little Ponies. One's fairly easy. Let's put her back. There we go. Got to get that lid back on. I'm trying to figure out if some of this bark is supposed to be up against it to hide it better. Now there's some bark to hide it better. I did that because I found so many dirt bike granny caches. And she loves hiding them behind trees and bark and stuff. So I'm just going to assume that was there. It'll probably get knocked over again, but I made it a little more fun for you. An update from the last video. Last time I thought I had 10 days to find so many caches to get to 500 in a year. I actually have until the 30th of the month. Today is July 16th. This video won't be out until August. But I only got to find 13 caches in 14 days. That's a walk in the park. I'm probably going to skip the park. I got to get over to Mount Pleasant. It's quite a haul from here, so I'll let you know if we find anything over there. So we made it to Rosebush, Michigan. This cache is at the park with all the baseball fields and stuff. And this one's just called Hometowns of Michigan Rosebush, level 2 difficulty, 1.5 terrain. But on the back of the park, there's a level 4 difficulty. We only got about 20 minutes to grab both of these, and then we got to get back on the road. So definitely going to find this, hopefully find the next one. The one we're grabbing now was just put out a month ago. It only has 3 finds on it. So I'm going to be the FTF, fourth to find, quoting Jordan here. It says it's magnetic, and these are the coordinates. So I'm going to guess a key holder on the back side of this. And I would be correct. Because me and Jordan just found one of these in St. Ignace. Nope, Sault Ste. Marie. And apparently someone came from the future and found this on 9/2 of 26, which is funny because it's only 7/16. Anyway, log your sign. It was sitting right there. Now we actually got to drive back and park. There's not a lot of people here because you can see behind me, that is not fog. That is wildfire smoke from Canada. And they're urging people to stay inside today. So hopefully they listen, because I'm not going to, and I'm going to go to the back of the park. We're at the back side of the park now by one called Trackside Views. And there's the railroad tracks. It's going to be up here on that little building. It's a level 4 difficulty. It just says it's a well-hidden cache. And there are people at the park in this extreme smoke advisory, but they're Amish. And it almost looks like a wedding because one of them is wearing an all-white dress and everyone else is all fancy. So who knows? I'm not going to film it. Amish don't like to be filmed. But we're going to try and find this one. I didn't look at the logs. There is no hint. And the description just says a very well hidden cache. So let's see what we can find. On this back side, I don't know how hidden, if it's going to be up in a crack or possibly this random nail sticking through, which it's not. But I'll let you know what I find. I'm not spotting it in any of the obvious places. I'm not sure if I'm supposed to go up here, but I'm going to anyway. The GPS puts it right in the corner, but it doesn't say at what level. I don't know if it's going to be up here or down here, but all of the pictures are taken at ground level though, so maybe it's not up here. Well, I'm lost. I've been reading the logs, and every one of the logs said they had to read the hints from the logs. The most recent hint said you really had to take this one step by step, so maybe it's on the steps. So I've been checking knots and nails, and I'm not seeing anything, but there might be other hints, or it might be down there somewhere. Wait a second. What is this? That is the cache. Thank you to whoever wrote take this step by step. I'm gonna have to look on when this cache was put here because everyone was saying it's very well hidden and that's why it's lasted throughout the years. So let's get her out and get her signed. All right, got the log signed. Thank you to whoever dropped the hints in the comments and the logs. And we're gonna put this back quick. It took 2 hints, but it's hanging on a nail behind the steps. That's why it was so hard to see. Level 4, checked off. Probably not gonna find any more today, but I'm satisfied with what we found today. I think we have found 4 today. And hold on, I'll see how old that one is. That cache has been there for 15 years in a very public place and never been lost or destroyed. So we'll see what we find tomorrow. Until then, I'll be right back. So I lied. We're gonna grab one more cache today, or at least try to, because last year I came for this mystery cache, which is actually multi-cache at Dollar General in Remus, Michigan, and I didn't have a lot of time, so I had to DNF it after looking for like 5-10 minutes. And then I remember this one specifically because I lost my keys. And I was here for like another 30 minutes trying to find my keys. But hey, I still have them a year later, if not more. And we're gonna go see if we can find this one and not DNF it this time. It has been found multiple times since I put this as a DNF, so let's see. So Dollar General, the hint is near rectangular prism, and it's a coordinate solver one. So you have to put in a certain thing at the location of the mystery cache in order to get the coordinates. In this case, it happens to be the address, which it just says the numbers above the door, which is the address. Put that in the solver, it gives you the final coordinates and it leads you to the Dollar General sign, which the hint does say near rectangular prism. That's a rectangular prism. Let's see. Remember where I looked last time at all, but this all appears to be real. I'm not seeing any fake plates on this. It is only a 1-5 difficulty, so I'm gonna get to looking and let you know what I find. I only got about 10 minutes to look for it. I just looked through that bush and that bush, and I haven't read through the logs, but I know the only picture in the log is of Dollar General, so that's not going to be any help. I've looked that pole up and down. I've checked the bushes behind it 3 times. There's a tree in front of me is my last resort because I don't have a lot of time to look for this. You find so many caches from the same person, you find their MO, and she zip ties stuff to branches a lot. But I'm not seeing anything zip tied in this tree. Alright, I read through the logs. No hints in there. It's not on the pole, it's not on the tree, it's not in the bushes. Maybe it's on this telephone pole? I doubt it. This is brand new, and I'm not seeing anything on it. So, not gonna find this one today. But my phone completely ran out of memory. Had to go through and delete stuff and film the outro in the truck. Didn't have time to put an upside promo in this. Don't have time to learn how to talk. Link in the description. You get an additional 15 cents back per gallon, so up to 40 cents back per every gallon you buy in your first fill up, plus $17 cash. Code is RE4ME, or link in the top of the description. Till next time, my glasses have a horrible glare. Deuces.